Thanks, Hannah. This is Lucy again, Information Services Librarian of the Cheng East Asian Library at the University of Toronto. In my part of the presentation, I plan to quickly cover some new developments with our information services in response to the pandemic outbreak. One thing that we have done is to create an online tip sheet to quickly highlight important e-resources in the field of East Asian studies. Another is concerning our modest trial with setting up a virtual reference desk. So, the pandemic of COVID-19 has been unfolding really quickly without allowing much time for the library to do any serious preparation. Starting on March 17th, in-person teaching at the University of Toronto was all suspended. On the same day, the East Asian Library closed its physical space and our staff started to work from home. All of a sudden, the teaching, researching, and supporting landscape at the university has changed, and everything moves online, including classes, tutorial sessions, course readings, and even library collections. The crisis has presented a huge logistical, intellectual, and psychological challenge to students and faculty. Students have suddenly lost access to their study space, not to mention the physical collections of the library. On the library side, there has been a lot of shocks and confusion at the beginning, but the university system has responded quickly to pick up some of the loose ends, trying to fit into the new scenario. As for the East Asian Library, one of our first initiatives was to compile a list of key e-resources for Chinese, Japanese, and Korean studies, so the community can make use of it as a quick guide to resources still accessible. Another aspect that the library faces is concerning how to maintain our presence and continue to deliver information services to users during the pandemic time. Our library has always maintained a strong relationship with the East Asian Studies community at the University of Toronto. An important aspect of our service is a reference and consultation assistance that we provide to our students and faculty members. During normal times, we would have a physical reference desk to meet with patrons in person. We also handle user questions on phone as well as by email. But as COVID-19 hits, although the channel of email questions remain open, we have temporarily lost our physical reference desk. What are we going to do? Are we going to accept the mode of a minimum existence during the crisis and wait for life to get back to normal? This was a question that our librarians asked ourselves after the library closure. So the crisis has forced us into a moment of self-reflection about who we are and what we do. Who are we and what is our value to the university community? I think the core value of our reference service is to serve as a road guide to East Asian studies resources for professors and students, and to partner up with them in their academic research and learning activities. Has this value proposal changed in the current crisis? I don't think so. The pandemic has presented a sudden challenge to the university by cutting users from library space and collections. But exactly because of that, the community may have a greater need for library research support than ever before. In addition, something new has been added to our value proposal too, and that is about international students. International students account for roughly 25% of all students registered at the University of Toronto, and over half of them are from East Asia, especially China. During the pandemic, the university attaches special importance to ensuring their safety and learning experience. The East Asian Library shares a cultural link to international students from China, Japan, and Korea. In the past, we have worked with various student groups on many occasions. During the pandemic time, international students face a bunch of unique challenges that our librarians understand. So how can we help? We decided that maybe when we start out any new services from now, we should take the needs of international students into our consideration too. And this has actually turned out to have influenced our choice of tools and platforms for our new services. As a result of our internal discussions in the first week after the closure, we quickly come to the agreement that our reference service should follow the general trend to move online as quickly as possible. The logic is that if we cannot meet with users in person, we should open another channel to find and meet with them online. So the East Asian Library decides to act swiftly to launch our virtual reference desk as a pilot project. As a necessary first step, the library needs to decide its choice of online platform. Potentially, we have Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and a couple other software applications to consider. After some initial testing, we decide to go with Zoom, which is not perfect for sure, but provides a reasonable option for being free, flexible, easy to use, as well as offering international coverage. That last consideration of accessibility beyond Canada is very important in our case, given that the library now hopes to reach out to East Asian students, many of whom may take summer courses from outside Canada. As for staffing and training, we start the project as a very modest pilot. After less than a week's time to prepare, we launched the virtual reference desk starting from the second week after the closure. The online reference desk is open Monday through Friday from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. The service is delivered on Zoom with an open user access point linked to the homepage of the East Asian Library website. At present, the virtual desk is staffed by our capable graduate student employees, but is effectively backed by our librarians. The first month of pilot running allows everyone involved to get familiar with the platform as well as learn from the new experience. Here are some further observations about this experiment that I would like to share with you all. First, this is a fast response to the critical COVID-19 situation, aiming to extend reference service creatively to our user community. For us, the experiment is like filling the stones while crossing the river. Secondly, we only had a very short period of time to do testing, making decisions, and train participants. Then, the virtual desk was launched without promotion at all. The library has tried to catch up with some of the publicity work after the desk is up and run. Emails have been sent to various departments and student bodies, but better promotion is definitely something that we would like to make up in future. In addition, statistics-wise, the service has so far not attracted much usage. It may have something to do with the school year cycle, when March and April is usually the transition time between the winter and the summer semesters. Of course, lack of promotion may also be held responsible for that. Also, about the meaning of the pilot project for the library, I think it goes beyond simple statistics. By this exercise, the library comes to experiment with a fresh service and a brand new platform. We are learning from the experience as a group, and I believe this will make the foundation for our department to move ahead to future. About what to look for in the future concerning this new service, at present, the University of Toronto has announced that all of its summer courses will be delivered online. We know that many students will likely take the courses from outside Canada. We also know that for many of them in the field of East Asian studies, students will continue to need library research help for their study and essay writing. As a next step, here is a list of things that the East Asian Library plans to do during the summer. We will continue to spread the word about the new service in the community. Secondly, during the coming month, we may increase virtual desk hours by involving more staff into the pilot project. These changes will go hand in hand with more staff training, as the library is going to make available related professional development resources. Last but not the least, it is also our plan to work with various departments and professors, and our aim is to embed the virtual reference desk into increasing course pages to encourage the usage by students. Along the way, the East Asian Library will keep on a keen eye to observe and a sincere heart to stay positive and nimble. We will keep on learning and move ahead. So, the above is a quick introduction of our modest trials with the information services at the Cheng East Asian Library at the University of Toronto during COVID-19 crisis. Now, I will pass the digital floor to Dr. Stephen Chow, our Chinese Studies librarian, who will cover how we utilize staff resources to enhance bibliographic records during the COVID-19 time. So, Stephen, the floor is yours.